Hello everyone, so today we're going to talk about, are all DOMs in BDSM narcissists? Now, I've briefly spoken about this, but I just wanted to talk a bit, go a little bit deeper. Short answer, no. However, are there unmanaged narcissists who are in BDSM? Absolutely. Are there psychopaths and sociopaths in BDSM? Absolutely. The problem with BDSM is it gives an umbrella, like it gives us like a protective place for people to hide, for people to not manage their mental health, for people to who are unmanaged narcissists to hide in BDSM and get away with it. And not only get away with it, be praised with it. So it is a constant stream of supply. BDSM is a constant stream of supply for someone who has unmanaged narcissism. Now, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not out here diagnosing people. But what I am telling you is the reality of what it looks like to be in the BDSM world and how dangerous it is, and the reality that it keeps people protected. People who have unmanaged narcissism, psychopath, sociopathy. Um, Again, there's differences between people who go to therapy, they manage their disorders, and they work through it. That's different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who are run amok, run loose, and don't cannot get the proper support they need because of BDSM. So that's another area where BDSM is so incredibly dangerous, because people with disorders who really do need help and should not be praised for unmanaged disorders are in BDSM and are protected by BDSM. Protected let's put it this way. Protected isn't really, their behaviors are protected. They're not protected because you can't protect someone who has who's a narcissist and it's unmanaged by creating an entire framework that keeps them from getting help. That's not actually protecting them, it's protecting their unmanaged behaviors. Because you can't protect someone who has an unmanaged disorder by keeping the farce alive that what they're doing is healthy. So not everybody who's in BDSM is a narcissist, but it is an unmanaged narcissist, but it is a place where narcissists can hide and not get help, not get the help they need to shift their behaviors and be healthy in society. Because there are people who have NPD who manage it and they can be healthy out in the world. To what extent, I can't tell you that. I don't have that, right? Like that's not what I deal with. But if you follow Lee Hammock, he's a diagnosed narcissist, and he talks about this. He talks about all the narcissistic tactics and all this other stuff. And one of the things I've found that's a bit alarming, I've seen some spaces who that are like, well, you know what? I'm gonna put them in the next video because I'm like, I want to focus really on what I'm saying right now. But yeah, sorry, to just say that and be like, I'm not gonna talk about that right now. But yeah, so it is dangerous. This is another reason why BDSM is so dangerous. It keeps people who have disorders from getting the actual help they need, and they keep being reinforced. Their behaviors that are harmful keep being reinforced as if it is not only good but helpful. That is super dangerous, to tell an unmanaged narcissist that their behavior is not only good but helping people. Do you see how warped that is? Okay, so I wanted to put you guys on to that because I know there are people who think across the board, if you're a Dom, you automatically have to be a narcissist. That's not the case. There are people who come from extreme trauma, and so they're kind of reenacting that trauma or trying to find some way to process that. So they become a Dom, especially women who become Doms. It's in their own way trying to find power in a patriarchal system and from the abuse that happened to them from men. It's kind of like it becomes this really like, you're not going to hurt me now. Like, this is how the world works, fine, but I'm going to hurt you, you're not going to hurt me. So it becomes like this warped sense of self protection in a way. But yeah, so just I know I've seen people make that statement. I just want to clarify it's just not the case. It's just not that cut and dry. And I know people want to understand and they're trying to process in their own way. I feel like one way people try to um, basically process things is to kind of go into absolutism, where it's like all or nothing type of thing. Unfortunately, not everything's that cut and dry, especially when it comes to BDSM. There's so much warped, so many things are warped and twisted that it's just not it's not so cut and dry. The one thing that is cut and dry is BDSM's abuse. Whether people are consciously enacting it or not, the impact is still the same. Even like I said, when I was a dom, I was like fully praised for what I did. People were like, "You're so amazing." I've gone to these other doms and they just abuse me, but they don't understand. These people are still so gaslit by the process of BDSM that they think that because I didn't treat them how those other doms like were treating them, that I was doing something good. Like that's why I had to personally self-reflect myself. I had to break free from it myself because I wasn't getting the feedback that what I was doing was not okay. And it's rough, and it's not those people's fault. It's not their fault. They don't know what is happening. BDSM, the lingo, the construct, and everything is set up to groom and gaslight people. So it's it's really rough. But I had to break through that process myself because I wasn't getting the feedback that what I was doing was not it wasn't healthy, because to those people it was. So that's a problem, right? It's a problem when you have an echo chamber, which BDSM is. I mean, BDSM is a cult, so it's beyond an echo chamber. But when you have echo chamber, you have just one mentality around you, and I don't mean that as in you can't have safety, right? Because there are people who warped that. There are people who warp the term echo chamber as in if you don't have abuse around you, that you're in an echo chamber. So be aware of that, because there are unmanaged narcissists who will use that. So careful. But I do mean echo chamber as in hive mind. We all think the same as far as something that's unhealthy and harmful. There's nothing wrong with a healthy community mindset of like, we have these ways of being that we're going to take care of each other, and anything that doesn't fit that doesn't fit. That's healthy. That's called community. That's healthy community. And but I'm talking this mind control, where it becomes like this mindless thing where everyone just, in this umbrella says the same stuff. It's hard to pull yourself out of it when everyone has the same, like, just languaging and mindset. So yeah, it's more difficult. It definitely is more difficult. But that's why I'm making these videos to hopefully, help people who are questioning or have been trying to get out of BDSM, who want to find a way out or don't have another language, don't understand how to break free from it, because when you're surrounded by the cult, they're just going to say the same things. But so that's I wanted to address that, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you haven't already, do subscribe. And this is my background right now. I'm just popping on video, making videos just to get the communication out there. That's the main thing. I know. It's all over, but yeah. So thank you if you haven't already subscribed. And if you want to support, we're on Ko-fi. If you want to support what we're up to, we're disabled. So the job I do is very painful. It's like very difficult to do with my body. So if you want to become a patron on our Ko-fi, and you can become a monthly patron, really appreciate it. We're going to have specific things just for our patrons as well. So I don't know if it's called Ko-fi, or I think it's Ko-fi or coffee. It's Kofi. Feel free to tell me how to pronounce that. But all the links are below. We also have our website. Feel free to check that out. I'm also going to be We're constantly updating it and constantly working on it, but we do have a blog on there. You can feel free to check out our blog as well. And I've been sick for a while, so thank you for being patient for these next videos, and I'll catch you in the next one.